Hello, my darlings. This is Madam Tilly, and these are my boobs. And these are my friends. These two bears here. We got a panda and we got a brown bear.
I am a grizzly, and I'm also a marketable plushie.
Yeah, that was Bud.
I'm marketable, but in the wrong ways. Eyebrows.
Oh my. Keep it right, Shane.
Oh my.
Yeah, thanks.
Yes, hello.
And here welcome to the Waifu Tavern Frequency. That's WTF. Yeah, what else would you think it stands for? And we're here to talk about the worst PS1 games, because we were talking about the 5th generation in general last time. And the thing is, there's like so many lists of when I was doing research, so many lists of just worst of PS1 games. And you think about the PS1, like the N64 and the Saturn, they all had like 300 games, and a lot of consoles really only had like 300 games, give or take. But the PS1 had at least 3,000. Yeah. It just took the fuck off, and there was there's a lot of shovelware and a lot of licensed crap, a lot of not knowing how 3D gaming works. So yeah, there's a lot of ugly fresh hell, and some good ones. But so we're just gonna talk about what are the worst. So I'm just looking up a whole bunch of lists on the internet, and just gonna get what everyone's opinion, our opinion on your opinion of who wants the worst PS1 games. Also, comment down below, what do you think is the worst PS1 game?
Do you mind if I turn into a marketable anime boy to lead the charge here?
Go for it. Well,
Okay, yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and watch our last episode to find out what my least favorite PS1 game is, because I tend to block out those memories.
So, a lot of people say the first JRPG released on the system, Beyond the Beyond, is the worst. And I disagree. Beyond the Beyond is forgettable.
I forgot that was a JRPG. I'm gonna be real with you. I forgot that was the first. I forgot that was the first one. At least.
See, forgettable.
Because I thought the first JRPG we got on PS1 was one of the the Suikoden games.
Nope,
it was Beyond the Beyond. At least in the West.
Okay. Because I was about to say, that's what I was thinking for the West. Like, it was either one of the Suikoden games or Legend of Dragoon.
Legend of Dragoon was one of the last games released on the PS1.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people attribute Legend of Dragoon's failure to Final Fantasy VII being wildly popular. But in reality, it was... let me look here. Because in reality...
Legend of Dragoon is like a cult class. It's like cult status.
My community wants me to play that game. I should. Yeah.
But I think you would like it.
The thing is, it was released in June 2000 in North America.
Oh yeah, that's a rough time because that was when we had the PS2 at that time, right?
Yeah.
It was the PS2 that overshadowed Legend of Dragoon.
Just if you play it, it actually pretty much rips off every asset of Final Fantasy VII. The exact design style, art style, and everything.
The combat was super interesting, though.
Yeah.
So, the actual worst RPG on the PS1, Shadow Madness.
Yeah, that's been on my list. I've been wanting to try that. I got on GOG.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's like cosmic horror-y, but also it tries to be a comedy, and mechanically it's adequate. Graphically it's bad, but I don't care about that.
This fucking game!
It's
a weird fucking scarecrow made of a bucket!
The thing that makes Shadow Madness bad is that it's the least funny comedy in existence. At least on the PS1.
I passed by that game a lot on the Blockbuster. Y'all remember Blockbuster?
I do.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember seeing this game. Yeah, because one of the big advertising things with it was there was a Jade Cocoon demo disc with it for some fucking reason, which I don't even know if I even bought Jade Cocoon.
I think Jade Cocoon might have had the same publisher. I know it wasn't the same devs because if you dig into it, Jade Cocoon's actually fucking competent.
Huh, I'll have to look into Jade Cocoon. Because both those games sounded really familiar. I just remembered Shadow Madness because of the fucking bucket robot.
Yeah, Harv 5. He's like a harvest robot. He's like the popular member of the party. And everywhere you go, Elf, whose personality is the girl, and Dart, whose personality is supposed to be protagonist of Legend of Dragoon, I guess.
Oh, he's like a Dart wannabe.
I thought his name was Dart.
Dart is Legend of Dragoon, yeah.
Fuck. Let me look it up. His name might be Stinger, actually.
Also, one of these lists I pulled up was I played the 10 worst PS1 games recommended by an AI. So,
I can make my own bad decision. Yeah, his name is fucking Stinger.
Oh.
And he's like a blonde pirate-looking motherfucker. Windleaf is the elf girl's name. And every character you meet and talk to in-game is the party of Stinger, Windleaf, and Harv 5. A robot created for harvesting crops. The party is somehow famous, but only Harv 5. And like everyone has action figures of this guy. But he's literally just a soft-spoken robot without much personality. But the entire joke, if it was written well, would be funny, and it's that Stinger and Windleaf are so fucking unlikable that Harv 5 is the actual mascot. But everything falls flat because it's poorly written. Like, it's so fucking disappointing because it's, like, conceptually good.
I have a game that's like, back then everyone liked it, but nowadays it's aged to the point where people either you love it or hate it. Has either of you two ever played Pandemonium?
Yes.
I've seen a little bit of it. I just the gesture vibe, they really pulled me in.
Oh, Fargus.
Yeah.
I rented Pandemonium 2 like 20 fucking times as a kid.
Nice.
And the only thing I remember clearly is that girl character had weapon, jester guy didn't.
No. Fargus got like weird tools, and Nikki got spells.
And like, I couldn't get anywhere as Fargus, but Nikki, I could just blast things with fireballs and keep going.
Yeah, because Fargus, you needed to do a lot of platforming tricks and using all of his like little weird weapons and toys to like platform and shit. I remember playing a lot of Fargus because he was just so the way you moved as him was really fun.
Yeah, like it sounds like something that wouldn't bother someone like me who recently played all the way through Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Pool of Radiance on DOS.
Oh shit.
It's just the problem with Pandemonium nowadays, if you were to go back, one, the original Pandemonium didn't use checkpoints. It used password saves. Because it came out in 96 and nobody knew how the fuck to do that.
Yeah, like memory cards didn't really become standard, I guess, until 1997,
Yeah, it was password based.
Yeah. Most games allowed password or memory up until like mid 96.
Yeah, 96 was probably like when they were still doing that. PS1, Pandemonium had it did have like a save system, but like level progression, no, it was password based. It was weird. It was just a weird game, but it was really stylish. But it's like one of those weird games that's like it was good, but it's so bad it's good.
Yeah. So, you mind if I lay down a little context for the save thing, Tilly?
Go for it.
So, the reason saving was so awkward and very early to like mid 1996 PS1 games, especially Western ones, is because saving on a console game was this wild and wacky thing that for like the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis you were paying $70 to $80 for the game because it had this jerry-rigged Mickey Mouse fucking, essentially incredibly low current running from a watch battery or a button battery to volatile RAM. And depending on the storage of that cartridge, those things lasted up to 20 years longer than the developers thought they would. But they almost never came out on Western games. So you'd have shit like, I guess, Alien Trilogy, early Doom clone for the PS1.
Yeah.
Kicked ass. Had both saves and passwords. But yep, that's why Western devs didn't catch on to the saving for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Because the memory cards really brought down the cost of that kind of thing.
I have a feeling, Tilly, I'm going to take a guess. Is Twisted Metal 3 or 4 on any of your lists?
Oh, I seen the third game on there.
Okay. Yeah, 3 and 4 are in my... I love Twisted Metal. Okay.
Yeah.
That was... that game made up a majority of my childhood with the PS1. Imagine Little Panda, right? Now, granted, if I were to tell you my first 3 games I ever played, you would think I was kind of fucked up because they're all not something a 5-year-old, maybe 6-year-old shouldn't be touching.
Are you
and
okay?
That was
mentally?
is Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Literally my all-time favorite game and what got me into gaming. That was my gateway drug. So, well, it's Metal Gear Solid. It's the OG. You can never go wrong with that.
It's a classic.
Exactly. Twisted Metal, I believe it was 2? Yeah, 2, because I remember the comic book style cutscenes. Blew me away as a kid. And oh gosh, what's the other game? I had 4 games on the PS1. It was Metal Gear Solid, Twisted Metal 2, Resident Evil 1, but my older brother literally kept that game away from me like it was the fucking plague. Until I didn't get the jewel case until he didn't give me the case until I was probably 15, 16 maybe. And then the 4th game was what was it? It was a Legacy of Kain.
See,
all those games,
your first 4 PS1 games were a lot better than mine, I guess.
Well, it's just that they are all games a 5-year-old shouldn't be even touching.
Yeah. Yeah, your brother should have gave it to you at the age of 10 so you could be properly traumatized, like I was.
Oh no, my cousin gave me 2. That's what fucked me up. But Twisted Metal 3 and 4 was just bad.
See, the thing, I'm not disputing your experience as a Twisted Metal fan. But the thing is, with Twisted Metal 3 and 4, they're 7 out of 10 if you're not a Twisted Metal fan. If they're your first combat race.
4 I'd argue with. I would say 4 is the worst Twisted Metal game on the planet.
I had a blast with 3 and 4. Because aside from a demo for the first game, good old demo disc. But yeah, 3 was my first, and followed up with 4. So I didn't really play much of 1 and 2. I was like, this is too hard and too archaic. Yeah. Sorry.
See, though, I would agree with you. It's the worst Twisted Metal game. But I don't even think it's the worst combat racer on the platform. If we want to get really bad combat racer, God, what's it called? Rogue Tripper?
Probably.
Rogue Trip was PS2.
But yeah, there's a list of Twisted Metal clones.
Yep, PS1, Road Trip, Vacation 2012. Awful
I thought that was a PS2 game.
Nope. I dug it up. It's such an obscure game that the site I totally buy legally acquired discs from only has a PSP e-boot of it.
Wow.
But God, just fucking awful. It's like Twisted Metal 4, but worse.
I believe you. Yeah, because besides, I always played with the cheat codes anyway, so I always had a blast. Yeah.
I'm going to put the Rogue Trip jewel case image in. Yeah.
Yeah, my first PS1 games I got were 4 of them were I had Final Fantasy 7 and Suikoden 2, and to kind of bring some balance to the Force, I guess I had Space Jam and Beast Wars. Beast Wars is not good.
It's not. And like Small Brawl wasn't bad. I don't think Small Brawl is nearly as bad as people give it.
Damn.
Like give it credit for.
So we all know someone that looks like that.
But like,
see, I totally get where you're coming from as a Twisted Metal fan. Now, I can't stand going back to 4.
Exactly.
But
it's such an unbalanced mess.
But at the time, people kind of liked it.
Again, people tolerated it because it was the only Twisted Metal we got. And then then they popped off with Black, and holy shit. That is still, in my opinion, the best Twisted Metal game. Hands down.
Yeah, I bought it again on PS4 instead of just emulating.
Same. I buy it on every PlayStation console I can. Like, I probably have like 6 copies of it if I were to have like...
You gonna get on PS6?
So, Tilly has to hit us with a game now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, should I go off the AI list or still one of the other ones?
Go with your gut.
Go with your gut, because AI is the machine that regurgitates popular opinion at you. I want to hear something you didn't like playing.
Okay, let's see here. We see the Barbie Explorer games. Like I said, that was just kind of like a mid Crash Bandicoot clone. Let's see here. Then you had the Fifth Element, which I didn't get to play. It's like whenever I think Bruce Willis PS1, I think of Apocalypse. Oh man, which again was like massive destruction and corny ass voice of lines. It was funny as they actually had to cut features out of the game just to afford Bruce Willis's paycheck.
See, my favorite Bruce Willis game on the PS1 is Die Hard Trilogy 1.
Oh, good times.
Well, weren't those beat 'em ups?
No.
There's like 4 or 5 Die Hard games actually.
Yeah. Die Hard Arcade.
Yeah.
On I think the Sega Saturn is an insane beat 'em up that's adapted from a game called Dynamite Deca.
Yeah.
Because in translation, Sega of America thought that players wouldn't want to play as a girl, so they licensed Die Hard for it.
I feel bad because like they always put the Die Hard, the John McClane in that shitty looking wife beater. Like he looked like a fucking redneck trash. Like it was just the context of the movie. You know, he was stuck in, he was caught off guard. You know, he was even wearing shoes. But they always make him look like a fucking like, who the fuck is this guy calling all the shots? You know.
Honestly, that's kind of what I like. Is like he's just like everyone talks about Bruce Willis like he looks like this ultimate badass. But the entire charm of his badass characters is he's just some dumpy guy acting
just
like
a regular
badass.
dude.
Like he's the Joe Pesci of dudes who actually look like they could throw you.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. Oh man, let's see here. Which I'm surprised to see Chaos Break on someone's list here. Now Chaos Break, because we say clones. There's GTA clones, God of War clones, Twisted Metal clones, and there's also Resident Evil clones, which I'm a semi-expert on. And this is considered a Resident Evil clone, it's just it feels refreshing because it's got like an kind of Japanese anime aesthetic. but it's also kind of take controls, Resident Evil clone, got a lot going on. So I was surprised to see that, on a worse list. But
So
the fact that it's obscure must be it's not good.
something that I keep seeing on these lists that I have actually played and I agree with, like every game I've mentioned so far.
Yeah.
Chef's Love Shack.
it was South Park's attempt at Mario Party.
Before Mario Party.
Oh, it was before Mario Party?
But basically, yeah, like imagine Mario Party without the board game part, with shitty quizzes
Right, it was just
in between
weird mini
instead of board games.
Yeah, it's funny. His first AI
and
suggested
weird mini
game.
games.
Oh, sorry. But his first AI game is called Jigsaw Master, and it actually looks pretty neat. Essentially, it's got it's multiplayer. You put you gotta basically take turns putting jigsaw pieces on it to form a puzzle, and if you get it wrong, you lose points. And it just seems like a neat little waste of time.
I found Driver on one of these worst of lists.
Yeah.
Like, the tutorial is unreasonably difficult, but once you get past it,
Let's see.
it's one of the best driving games on the system.
And you're an expert on
Like
WCW. Was WCW Backstage Assault that bad?
Oh, it was.
Oh god,
oh,
yeah,
it was bad.
awful.
Because there's a couple good
God.
ones, like NWO Revenge and stuff like that was pretty good, and there's another one.
I remember why Backstage Assault was bad. I think it was just clunky.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
See,
I think Backstage Assault also had awkward it was a wrestling game with tank controls.
Huh.
Yep.
Kind of like how Simpsons Wrestling was so bad.
Oh wait, it looks like you beat up Vince Russo, so I guess it's forgiven.
I think one of my favorite bad games that people talk about without talking about why they think it was bad because they never actually played it.
Mm.
Alien Resurrection got horrible reviews on the PS1 because the controls were so bad. What do you mean you need the DualShock controller? You move with the left stick, you turn and aim with the right stick, and you fire and aim with the shoulder buttons.
It's Fantastic Four game. Looks pretty ugly and glitchy.
Like, in the modern era, just sitting here and realizing one of the worst rated first-person shooters on the PS1 is that way because it uses modern FPS controls before modern FPS controls.
Let's see.
Oh.
Yeah, Austin Powers Pinball.
Are you looking at the
kinda
Mark Meats list?
Funny enough, a lot of these are the same, are on different lists.
Yep.
But
Santa Claus Saves the Earth was like a fucking
fever dream.
Bootleg release that got canonized, I guess. Like someone saw dollar signs.
So we talked about Bubsy 3, but how was Jersey Devil?
It was alright.
Yeah, I don't think it was super bad.
For the time of release, it was acceptable.
Yeah, that's a good word for it, honestly.
Like, I'm just gonna look at fucking Metacritic, because these fucking lists are just the same few games or AI regurgitations.
Yeah.
And E.T. Interplanetary Mission. Which just because it's on, the Angry GN show doesn't mean it's one of the worst, right? Actually, it doesn't look too. I thought the game didn't look too terrible. It just, not great either. But let's see here. The Mary Kate Ashley games, yeah. If you want to see Barbie done worse, there you go.
Yeah.
Our Marines Project Swarm was pretty. I thought the controls were pretty lame. Rascals Racers. So, Hooters Road Trip.
It's just a boring racing game.
Yeah.
Like, Hooters Road Trip isn't even interesting, Matt.
Mortal Kombat Special Forces.
Oh, fuck. Why'd you remind me that existed?
See,
God damn it.
why the fuck the fuck is Duke Nukem Land of the Babes this far down on the Metacritic list? It was fine.
Is that bad?
No. Attempting to control this game is one of the most unpleasant experiences of 2020
Metacritic,
so far.
I always give Metacritic or IGN I give them like
It's user scores. The critic scores 6.6. 6 out of 10 on the critic scores.
That sounds about right.
The user scores are like, this game is the worst game I played in 2020. It's a fucking Tomb Raider clone. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of bad wrestling games, Simpsons did it.
Simpsons Wrestling is more of like a fighting game.
Yeah, they tried to do a 3D fighting game. They basically wanted to cash in on when Star Wars did it. They kind of wanted to cash in on that.
Okay,
see,
let's bring that one up.
The thing about the Simpsons Wrestling is that you guys might want to guard your ears. I'm going to get real close to the mic for dramatic effect.
Okay.
It's that Erge's God Bless the Ring fighting game with the Final Fantasy VII guest characters, but worse. Which means it's the worst game than a 6 out of 10 it's copying.
I like the Erge's.
Yeah, Erge's is good. It's a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, like
a 5 is completely average for me.
Yeah.
And the more you go up from there, the better it is.
Oh man. But yeah, the Final Fantasy VII characters were just an afterthought.
The fighting game in that game seems like an afterthought because they have like a pretty good Diablo clone hidden in there.
Yeah. Yeah, hidden in there. Let's see here. Criticom, that was looked a little rough. I saw that on Matt Muscle show.
Yeah, Criticom started his worst fighting game series, but I don't think it was actually that bad. Like, wow, they made the first fighting game of its kind and it doesn't hold up. Okay.
Pro City of Angels, though, yeah, that was this bad
Oh,
programming.
that lives in my heart as one of the worst games I've ever played. It's like top, and for me, it's top 5 worst games I've ever touched. It's either you get stun locked or you stun lock the fuck out of them. It's based off of a really edgy movie too. So having really shitty gameplay for like something like this, like I don't know if you've ever seen Crow, City of Angels, Tilly.
I
have not. I say it's one of the ones I didn't see.
It's definitely goth. I always tell people it's very goth coded.
Yeah.
It's worse than the first movie, but that's true of most movies.
Oh yeah, just from what I noticed, like the movies, it's like they peaked at the first one and then it was a decline. So it's like 3 was worse than 2, and 4 was worse than 3.
The Crow is like one of those overly edgy movies, and like
I mean, the thing about the
recent
Crow,
one was the worst of all.
The thing about the Crow is that you can't do another one after the first and have it live up to it.
Yeah.
Brandon Lee literally died to give that performance.
Yeah. It's like you can't bring back Eric Draven, because it's like I'm alive again. Yeah, that was.
I mean, the actor fucking died.
Yeah.
That fucking scene was so realistic because he had actually been shot because of an improperly loaded blank.
Yeah.
But yeah, Crow, City of Angels, awful game.
Which is a shame because like it's it was I can't even remember how the gameplay was. I just know it was like it was either you got stun locked because of shitty hit reg, or they got stun locked because of shitty hit reg.
I mean, it was also a Resident Evil clone because it was bad tank controls.
That was another big problem.
How about if I found a party game that was worse than Chef's Love Shack?
Oh God.
Crash Bash.
Oh.
I liked Crash Bash though.
The thing about Chef's Love Shack, you don't expect much from it. You finish it, you put it away.
Yeah.
It takes about 30 minutes for a full game. The thing about Crash Bash is that you're repeating the same few mini games over and over with nothing.
The repetition.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll give you that. It got really repetitive, but like I'm a huge Crash nut, and I will agree Crash Bash is not a good game, but it's one of those games for me that it's so bad it's good.
See, I'm also a Crash Bandicoot nut. I think the best kart racer of the 5th generation of consoles is Crash Team Racing.
Oh, the remake?
No, the PS1 version.
Okay.
It was better than Mario Kart 64.
Please, Naughty Dog, if you're hearing this, or whoever owns Crash now, listen. I'm gonna pull you in for a second. Please remake the fucking, remake that weird, you combine 2 cars into one supercar crash racing game, please. That game was so much fun. And the adventure mode was even more fun.
You know,
Night Dog's gonna be like, I said Night Dog's gonna be like, Last of Us, got it.
No.
Darkstone, you cannot count Darkstone as one of the worst games on the system.
Yeah.
Who put Darkstone in there?
Darkstone was not, we have Diablo at home. It was the first fully real-time rendered action RPG, you fucks.
Sorry. Oh yeah, you were right. It is Crash Tag Team Racing.
RPG Maker's considered one of the worst? Huh.
I will say I understand RPG Maker for consoles being fucking awful, because how the fuck are you supposed to distribute it back then?
Yeah, exactly.
And the limits on what you could create, you're supposed to use a mouse and keyboard with this kind of game. I had it. I hated it so fucking much, because like trying to make anything was all right, it took me 10 minutes to type 3 lines of dialogue on this fucking RPG input screen. I'm done.
Yeah, definitely. Like, that was a bad idea at the time.
I was surprised to see Tornico The Last Hope. Yeah.
Yeah. This for the win list is not good.
Yeah.
Gex Enter the Gecko was also fine. Like, Jersey Devil. We're going to diss Jersey Devil because games that came out after it did things better. Okay.
I think the reason the Tornico game didn't do good was because it's a, I forget the name of it. It was a like dungeon crawler?
And a spin-off for a series we hadn't gotten anything out of in a while.
Well, it was the first. It was, wasn't it meant to be like a Mystery Dungeons, like, spin-off? Or not spin-off, but like the first Mystery Dungeon?
No, that was on the SNES. Or Super Famicom. I'm sorry, Digimon World 3 is not one of the worst games on the system.
The only thing wrong with it is that you'll be waiting a lot, you know. So the balance can be slow and saving the games even slower.
I'll give you that. Yeah, that's the only thing I didn't like about World 3 is that everything was so slow.
Dude, saving the game literally took 3 minutes.
Yeah.
If we're going to sit here and shit on Jersey Devil for the win, then because games that came after it did things better, I'm gonna say that Digimon World 3 is redeemed by emulation. Is it taking 3 minutes to save? I'm gonna hit fast forward. There we go. We're done.
I think I didn't mind the Jersey Devil game. I think it was fine. It was just weird.
Jersey Devil was good for when it came out.
How about Rascal?
Rascal was awful, yeah. It was like a 3D platformer that was designed by Jim Henson's Creature
that fucking
cabinet.
game.
And then when you go to play it, you're like looking at the screen. This looks great. This is going to be fun. Why are there tank controls?
It was a tank control platformer, wasn't it?
Yeah, like came out.
What the fuck?
Wait a minute.
And first Tomb Raider was that as well.
Well, like
Tomb Raider had a different gameplay style, is the thing. Yeah, Rascal came out in 1998. Unacceptable. The reason we give Bubsy 3D the leeway we do is because the developers of Bubsy 3D walked into a trade show in 1995 and they saw preview builds of Mario 64.
and they tried to emulate it.
No. Bubsy 3D was almost done. Mario 64 was coming out in 1996. They saw that, they went, we're fucked. What we need to do is we need to finish up as much as we can and try to release it before Mario 64 if we want to break even. And then it came out 2 months after Mario 64. And the narrative from retro game YouTubers is shit like, well, why didn't they just do it like Mario 64? It came out after Mario 64. What were they thinking?
It's because they weren't. They were rushing, and they literally.
The thing is, Bubsy 3D would have been like a 7 out of 10 in critics of the time's mind if Mario 64 hadn't come out 2 months before it, because that was just how 3D platformers worked. That was acceptable at the time.
Oh no, that would be funny too if they were thinking, nah, our version's better.
Like the thing is, like, Mario 64 changed the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It literally changed gaming. Like, literally all of the N64 had was like a bunch of platformers and like some shooters.
I mean, Zelda 64 is also like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. Again,
It's Dark
64
Souls, baby.
Yeah.
Now speaking of the 64, speaking of PlayStation pod,
Sorry.
that someone even listed the PS1 version of Superman 64. Did it officially come out?
Wait, what?
Yes.
That didn't even come out.
Yeah.
Like the almost complete beta is okay, even because
like it's better.
The N60.
Yeah, it's better than the N64 version would have been. But yeah, listen to like the documentary on
my god,
game.
you just
because
wait, do I still have that in my collection? Hang on, I'm flipping through. I do. Batman Beyond, Rise of the Joker.
That was pretty bad. Oh, it's fucking awful. I only got to like a couple screens.
Holy! Oh, that game pissed me off as a kid. That was the first game I ever raged at. Holy, and I loved Batman Beyond. It was the only reason I fucking bought this game.
Yeah, I rented it as a kid.
Thank God you rented it.
Beat it in an hour, and my grandpa drove me back to the Blockbuster.
Actually?
Yep. She's like, "Wait, you beat it? You beat it? The fuck, bud? We're going back."
Yeah.
And
I could drop like what $30-$50 just so you can just not be entertained for the rest of the weekend. Yeah.
Like my grandpa.
Yeah.
He was kind of a big deal in the town we lived in.
Yeah.
Like, Tilly, have I shown you the newspaper clippings of him doing firefighting?
No, but
I should later. But
he's a good person.
Yeah, like he was a local legend. And the fucking clerk, I'm like 10 years old, and the clerk is like, "Oh man, if I'd have known he was your grandson, I would have stopped him from renting that game, and I would have made a better recommendation. I am sorry. I am sorry." He was like, "Don't let it happen again." I'm like, "What the fuck, man?"
That's funny.
Actually, I had a funny, a quick one up for Blockbuster. It was PS2 though. it was my birthday, and for my birthday, I was gonna go to Blockbuster, and I was gonna buy Devil May Cry 3: Dante's Awakening, and
Ooh.
the guy behind the counter really didn't want to sell it to me just because it was the last copy, and he wanted to buy it for himself.
How old were you also? Because this was back when Clerks were really like, this was like back then they didn't care nearly as much nowadays, but Blockbuster was one of those shops that cared about like, oh, it's got the M on it. That means I gotta.
Let's see. When did it down cats? So I had to be like late teens though. So
Like probably like 16 or 17. Because if you were like 16, 17, I could see him being like, oh, it's the last copy. I don't want to give it to this random kid. But
if you were like 5 out of 10, damn. 2005. So yeah, I was 19.
Oh yeah, no, they wouldn't have cared. They would have just been like, they would have just like they would have maybe carded you if you got like the manager or something. Like you would have gotten that person. They would have carded you. Like you, like it was a fucking, like you were buying a fucking bottle of beer.
So.
Oh, Contra Adventures, that was pretty rough.
I was 24. I had just gotten like a real gaming computer again for the first time in a long time. And I tried to buy a physical copy of Left 4 Dead at Best Buy.
Oh, now, those days.
The human behind this marketable anime boy with a big sword avatar is heavyset. At that point, I was fucking jacked. I was doing HEMA on the regular, like weightlifting as a lifestyle. Like my priorities in life were HEMA, working out, tabletop RPGs, and video games in that order.
You were the buff nerd.
Yeah, I was the buff nerd. I was the guy who was violating the social contract and no one cared because I would hermit crab your bully in the trash can because he was pissing me off too. But I also, like, my dad was out of the picture for a long time. Fuck him. I was finally comfortable growing a beard.
Yeah.
So here I am, hair down to my ass, beard down to my chest, arms so jacked that I can't fucking put them down all the way because my hobby is swinging heavy metal sticks at other people. And I walk up to the counter and the clerk says, "Oh, it's rated M for mature. Can I see your ID?" And I hear my grandpa browsing the candy shelf, and he's like, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
Oh, dude, I had that same situation happen. Well, no, unfortunately, it just happens to me all the time.
It gets funnier.
Oh, no.
I pull out my ID.
Yeah.
And he looks at it and he says, "I just wanted to see if you were younger than you looked. I'm sorry, man. I thought you were like 40.
Oh, jeez.
What an asshole.
It was fucking funny, though.
It's funny, but what an asshole.
Yeah, asshole, but I lost my shit laughing. And he gave me a free Charleston chew, so.
My 5'2" ass was constantly carded unless I had a beard. It's just...
See, I'm 5'9".
Yeah.
So when people would hear that before meeting up with me in person at that point, it's like, what are you, a manlet? It's like, holy shit, bro.
No, I'm 5'10", so it's like, I'm not even, like, I'm average.
Yeah. Like, one of my best friends on Earth goes by MC Prophet on YouTube. Every time we were seen together in public, because they are, like, 6'3".
Yeah.
Same long hair, same bushy-ass beard. People mistook us for siblings all the time. Every time we'd be seen together in public and we'd post a picture to their Discord, someone would say, "I thought Bear was taller than you. He's got 6'3" energy." And MC would go, "But I am 6'3".
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Anyway, your turn, Panda. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, Star Wars Master of Tersakais.
I was actually about to get to the Star Wars stuff.
I didn't mind it because it was just
no, not
mindless
even
button
that
mashing.
game. Not even that game.
Episode
that game,
1.
I'm
Phantom
talking the
Menace?
game I was thinking of. That was just the biggest, like 9-10-year-old me was
Power Battles?
Pod racing?
Star Wars Demolition.
Oh,
Like-
shit. So,
Like, oh,
if you want some redemption for it, the Dreamcast version's pretty okay.
I heard the Dreamcast version was okay, but I only had my hands on the PS1 version.
Yep. I've
So-
redeemed it in my own mind by playing the Dreamcast version on emulation recently.
I just,
PS1 version was awful.
like, unfortunately, and I can't be mad at Star Wars for trying to dip into this cash cow, because this game came out during the Twisted Metal hype train. Like, I don't think you
Yes.
understand how big of a success the Twisted Metal series was, Tilly. Like, people
I mean, I'm older than you.
loved the idea of demolition derby games like that. Like, we got Vigilante 8. We got fucking, I wouldn't count Rogue Trip. That was a mess. We got made by the same developers as Rogue Trip, ironically enough, was oh fuck, what was it called? Like Death Charge or whatever? It was a submarine game. It was a submarine demolition game. That was also pretty rough. We got, I'm pretty sure every brand or license tried to make their own like Twisted Metal like game. But Star Wars Demolition, in my opinion, took the fucking cake. Holy shit, was it so bad. It just, like, why
See,
would you put... Go ahead.
I know the turn of phrase is it takes the cake, but it can't have any cake. It's too bad for that.
Yeah, like, you can't give me... like, there's some things that were kind of, like, whatever. Like, giving us a battle droid on, like, a little speeder, sure, whatever. Giving us, like, you know, the fucking famous Tatooine, like, the little speeder, not the speeder, like the little car that Luke and them drove in on back in like episode, like the first Star Wars movie. Fucking, that was cool. Driving a fucking Hoth like speed fighter or whatever they're fucking called. That, a lot of vehicles were called speeders, which were weird.
Yeah, snow speeder.
Snow speeder, thank you. The fucking snow speeder. Like, okay, a little weird that we're flying a jet at this low altitude, but sure. An ATST. All right, this is cool. Literal Boba Fett with jetpack. What are we doing? What? Why?
I mean,
why?
That's our Axel analog.
No, he was meant to be the Mr. Grimm.
Oh shit, yeah.
Not the biker, not the droid on a bike for Mr. Grimm. No. If you want the Axel equivalent, that was the fucking ATST.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Like, there were some decisions in that game that were just bad. The weapons felt borked out of not borked, like they just felt, nothing in that game felt like you were powerful. You didn't get any kind of power trip. You just felt weak the entire time. And it's so disappointing because if you were going to do a demolition game like that, Star Wars would have been perfect. Yeah, because like I remember the whole setup, like the menu is like you're in a hut, you're in Jabba's palace, and everyone's like bounty hunters or some shit, and it's like that checks out. Like if you're gonna do some weird shit like that, it would make place to set it in a like Hut's place. Not, it's just so disappointing.
Oh man,
yeah.
So fucking. Speaking of disappointments, Clock Tower Ghost Head.
Wait, what?
Yep, Clock Tower Ghost Head.
I forgot about that game. Wait.
Yeah. Clock Tower was very ahead of its time. Like a survival horror game on the Super Nintendo. Then there's some decent PS1s follow-ups.
Oh, I remember this fucking game.
Yep.
It was supposed to be the sequel to... It was supposed to be Clock Tower 2, but then they were like, nah, let's make it its own game. With the weird devil mask dude or whatever?
Yeah, and so, so like the main character's a split personality. She's kind of like possessed by her evil twin brother. And he's just a complete asshole, like psycho killer as well. And he has some funny moments too, where he just punches a little girl in the face.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah.
It's just, you can't... The problem with that game is they tried to keep it a point and click like they did with the original. The original being a point and click is fine because it added tension. Doing that in a 3D space, like, and still making it a point and click, it feels kind of wrong.
Yeah, and it's one of those games where it's like you literally had to know how to click everything, do everything. Like you died because you didn't put an object over there 2 hours ago. And you put no prompt of that you're supposed to do that.
Yeah, you have. It was. Did it also have permadeath?
Yeah, I think it was like one death you start all the way to the beginning of the game, or something like that. Yeah, like it was unfair. Yeah,
I remember there was another 3D Clock Tower game that was a little better, but it was like they did it like a Resident Evil puzzle game, which I think was okay.
Yep.
That if you're gonna do Clock Tower like that, that's fine in my opinion, because like that's how it should be if you're doing a 3D rendition of a game like that.
This is a tangent about Clock Tower.
Okay.
I recently found out that Clock Tower 3 on PS2 is basically 2 different games if you play it dubbed or undubbed.
Oh.
That is absolutely true. That is a very infamous case.
I love both of them. And I understand why they did some rewrites, because what her grandfather was going to do with her on that altar was not what they said in English.
Yep, it's...
Like, it's based on apparently a very popular novel that they just threw the Clock Tower name on.
Yeah, that's, like... I believe... Tilly, don't you own a physical copy of, one of the... what is considered to be one of the most rare horror games out there? Fucking...
Rule of Rose?
No, fucking...
I waited.
Fuck, what was it called?
See, if this was a Clock Tower game, you'd be dead by now.
Haunting Ground, there we go.
Yep, that's the one.
Incorrect. I do not own that.
I thought you did.
I don't.
Oh no, I might be thinking of I'm thinking of I'm thinking of someone else.
I was thinking of someone else, but and 2 of my sisters do own a copy of Rule of Rose, and they'll never let me have it.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Literally one of the there's the cultural reason why that game is so rare. Thank God it's fuck.
It gets into some sick shit. Yeah.
British news media lied about what it was though, and that led to a whole bunch of worldwide bans on it when it's
So Resident Evil Survivor.
So bad it's good.
I was gonna say Survivor was one of those games that was, I think we talked about this in your tier list, Tilly.
Yeah.
My friend Leon S. Kennedy sent me here. I remember.
I talked about Resident Evil. Big surprise.
Bad it's good.
God. It's awful, but it feels like you're playing a comedy game. It feels like you're playing a game that's trying to be funny. Unlike Shadow Madness, which isn't funny.
Huh.
See, it's hard to do comedy in an RPG. There's
See, I don't think it is that hard to do comedy in an RPG.
Well, like depending, like with RPGs, especially JRPGs, like it's you can do a little bit of comedy, but to make it like a
comedy game,
a core piece of your game, that's a little tougher. Like, I'll give you a great example of a game that did it, in my opinion, a series that did it pretty well was Penny Arcade on the Race-Slick Precipice of Darkness. Because first of all, its source is comedy, so already that's a good thing. What were you saying, Tilly?
I said E.
Yeah, and two, it was they knew literally when you boot the game up, and like your first little instance, the first thing you see on like the title screen before you get to like the main menu is you see, Tycho and Gabe doing their shit. In a little glass jar in the corner, you see a robot pelvic thrusting a glass jar.
Yeah, like it's
the main enemy in those games, at least the first two, were robots designed to harvest fruit juice, specifically from oranges. And the way they would do it is they would, forgive my French, they would fuck the shit out of that orange. Because the juicer was their... Hang on, I'm gonna...
See, I can imagine a CEO being like, man, I could fuck up an orange right now. And then, wait, I've got an idea. Like, that's a logical through line in the joke. And like with Shadow Madness, there are logic in the jokes, but they're so bad that I just said there are logic instead of there is logic.
Here we go. I found a picture. Oh my god. I am so glad this is the picture of the robot I found.
Fucking... Oh my god. Okay, yep, that's Penny Arcade.
And believe it or not, the robots are being built by hobos.
See,
again, like
Shadow Madness is so unfunny that thinking about it turns me into Jake Paul screaming, "You know who I are him," before the match where he gets fucking destroyed.
So, Hellboy Silent Seeker, is that any good?
No.
Okay.
Awful.
No, that and the first Spawn game were bad.
The Spawn game on PS1.
Yeah,
there's a story.
The second one. Well, the second one was okay. I wouldn't say it was good, but it was tolerable.
There's a story behind the first one, and it really does boil down to like essentially they were making a Tomb Raider style game.
Yeah.
The publisher said no, make it a fighting game. But they
Spawn
had
Eternal or Hellboy?
Spawn Eternal.
Yep, I knew it felt like it wasn't like
that. Like they had an entire other game almost complete, just need to place enemies and puzzles. And then the studio said, or the publisher said, nope, fighting game. What? Yep, we want this from Spawn. But we have, do it. Okay.
Was it the publisher or the producer?
Either the publisher or the producer, I forget which.
It had to be a publisher thing. It had to be the publisher.
Like not publisher interference, licensor interference is what killed Superman 64. And which got the almost complete version on PS1 canceled.
Let's see here. WCW Thunder. Huh.
Again, it was
more like WCW Blunder.
Yeah, it was it's an early wrestling game with weird, awkward tank controls.
See, the thing about early wrestling games is early 3D wrestling games is being utterly forgettable is as bad as being terrible when the Ukes games on N64 existed.
Yeah.
If there was anything the N64 actually did well compared to the PS1, it was paying Ukes to make wrestling games.
Here's a game I thought was supposed to be good, but I guess not. Vagrant Story.
It is
Vagrant
good.
Story was really good.
That's the list that has a good game for every bad game. Best and worst.
No, I got it on 2 different lists actually.
No.
That's weird.
I would count Vagrant Story as like a 7 out of 10 because it ends when the story is just getting going.
Yeah, it says play at your own risk. It has abstract stats, resource management, and a confusing combat system.
I didn't think it was that bad, but like,
see, my gripe with it, I think it's good, but my gripe with it is, oh, this ends just as it's getting going.
Oh, here's a bad WWF one. WWF Attitude. I thought it was mid.
If not for the other good wrestling games at the time, it would be okay.
Oh, Blasto. I thought it was nice and cheesy.
huh?
The thing about Blasto is that it was good for a 3DO game, and even as an early PS1 game, it was neat.
That's interesting. So I had to do some digging because I was like, wait, am I missing a certain game from one of my favorite manga series? Turns out it doesn't exist. I didn't know there was no Kinnikuman games for the PS1. We didn't get any good Kinnikuman games until like
GameCube.
Yeah, like the ultimate, but that was like Ultimate Muscle, which was Kinnikuman Nissan.
Yeah.
Or Nisei.
Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the rescue.
Okay, hold on. I don't think that was a bad game. That was one of those games where... Okay, hold on. Let me...
That was one of those games that managed to go past its license and be really good.
Apparently, for racial stereotypes that lands Disney and Pixar in a game in hot water.
Wait, what?
Racial stereotypes. I don't even remember the game, except, it was pretty good.
Yeah. I just remember all the boss fights being random Zerg things. Like, there was a Zerg kite. There was a fucking, like, it was just weird boss fights.
Let's see here. Yeah, original Gunslinger anime was called the Sombreros, and they had basically big Mexican stereotypes, and basically it had like activists outside Activision's HQ. Yeah, staging a protest.
Okay. Yep, I didn't remember that. I get it, actually.
I remember the protester bit. I thought nothing of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now it's like, okay.
Yeah, now it's like, oh.
Oh.
Yep.
I think if we ignore some of that stuff, I think the game is okay. I wouldn't say it's the worst. It's probably, if you're like very politically sensitive, it might be a little like upsetting.
See,
but like,
I get it. If you're like a Mexican kid tuning into a video game and you see that shit, it's gonna feel like shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like when I think of a terrible PS1 game, God, I had it in my brain. Give me a minute. Oh no.
Well, we got one that's objectively, but someone's opinion here. Resident Evil 1.
Are we talking the director's cut with the farty trumpets?
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah, but no, apparently they're saying like the live action violence was too far back in 1996.
What?
Yeah, with the it's like, and then you see like Chris Redfield to see a light up a cigarette. Look at all cool just moments after you just saw Joseph get eviscerated by dogs. Yeah, so they had to.
What the fuck? I'd like to point out that these are probably the same motherfuckers that never have touched Siphon Filter, which is a very mediocre game where you can physically tase someone to the point where they light on fire.
So, for the time and considering who made it, I would very much consider Siphon Filter a great game. Do you know who made it? The devs of PUBG 3D.
Oh wait, no shot.
Yep.
Nice.
Because I remember as a kid, I played the fuck out of the first two.
Yeah, like, for the time, Siphon Filter 1 and 2. I'm going to look that up. I saw that in a thing. It might not be true.
One I'm surprised to see is 40 Winks.
40 Winks, I get it. I liked the first world, and I dropped out at the second one because it was, like, you go in through the toilet and it's a water world, and I hate swimming levels, and it's an entire swimming world. And I was like, nope.
Oh, like water worlds, yeah.
See, the thing is, if they're okay, Bubsy 3D was made by Accolade. Yes, one of two.
Let's see here. Okay, here's one I had personal issue with. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories.
Yep.
Yeah, that was just a. That was a.
Eidetic was formed out of the bones and organs, and founded in 1992. The studio is best known for developing Bubsy 3D and the Siphon Filter series.
I thought Siphon Filter was made by 989.
Nope, Siphon Filter was made by Bend Studio, which was formerly Blank, Berlin & Co. Incorporated, and Eidetic.
I could have swore 989 was a part of it.
Nope. Also, Days Gone is the most recent game released by Bend Studio. The devs of Bubsy 3D made Days Gone. So, I'm gonna say my 6 out of 10 on Days Gone is pretty generous considering.
Yeah, generic white action man fights zombies on a motorcycle. But yeah,
that's still better than Bubsy 3D.
Fair. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories, like, it does have a beautiful presentation. Yeah, the music's great stuff. It had a lot go for it, but that gameplay and the cheating AI.
The cheating, the fact that literally the devs eventually admitted, like, the bots cheated.
Yeah, because at first it was fucking hard. Like, unless you pull like your best cards like first turn, you might be losing here. But yeah, apparently the AI is able to learn just like look at its entire deck and pull the cards at once. Yeah. So yeah.
Literally, the only way to win was to make the fucking literally the strongest card in the game, which was what was it? Black Meteor Dragon.
Twin-headed Thunder Dragon.
I thought Black Meteor was the strongest because it had 3,200.
Oh, it could have been, but I never got it. But I had the twin head, it was 2,800. But yeah, I remember just like inventory return after some money. Eventually coming back to buying it again, and it got pretty far. But yeah, it was just that game was just unfair. Man.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It's so weird that it took Konami like years to actually give us I wouldn't say that.
The thing that made Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories and even a few of the PS2 games that bad is because they didn't have an actual concrete rule set for the card game because they weren't selling it as a physical card game yet.
Yeah, that was before the card game.
Especially at the time Forbidden Memories came out. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a manga.
We didn't get the physical card. I remember we got the physical card games like a little bit after Forbidden Memories. I remember my second grade, we literally Yu-Gi-Oh! Was starting to cut. Like the first set came out.
Hell, the first season of the anime came out before the card game.
We didn't get the physical card game till after Duelist Kingdom was done.
Forbidden Memories also came out in Japan to promote the manga where they switched games every few volumes.
Yep.
Like, it wasn't just about the card game until after what's considered Volume 0 or Season 0.
Oh, yeah, where Yami was a fucking psycho.
Yep.
Yeah, this one I don't think is fair because it's actually a port of Final Fantasy 2.
See, the Final Fantasy remake / repackagings on PS1 got shit on by magazines at the time, but players generally liked them because...
Yeah, like I remember Final Fantasy, I enjoyed the hell out of Final Fantasy V.
See, we couldn't tell the translation was bad at the time, and it was funny that this little guy's name is Butts and he's on an adventure.
Exactly.
But, like, the thing that people complained about later that no one was complaining about at the time was the load times, because no one could fucking tell at the time, because we were just used to it, and they were normal load times for games at the time. Like, it takes a second and a half to load into a battle in Final Fantasy 1. There's like 5 seconds of load time masking in a single battle in Final Fantasy 7. A lot of the complaining about these Final Fantasy repackagings and the Chrono Trigger repackaging are hindsight, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got one to a third WCW game making these lists. WCW Mayhem.
Wrestling games were in an awkward place at that time. I'll just say that. They were in an awkward place because nobody knew how to properly do it. No, there was no one wrestling game that did it right and nobody could base it off of. Like, there was no, like, Super Mario 64 kind of laid the foundry of, like, platformers.
Yeah.
Like 3D platformers. Like, it kind of gave you that, like, here's like a nice, like a nice building block point. Like, there's a nice little platform you could build off of. Then and then Resident Evil gave us kind of the, asymmetric survival shooter kind of stuff to build off of.
Survival, enter the survival horror, if you will.
Yeah. But for wrestling, we didn't have a game like that, especially for 3D wrestling, because everyone kind of did everything in like a 2D space at the time.
Yeah.
Well, the best 3D wrestling games of the generation were on the N64.
Mm-hmm.
Like WCW versus NWO Revenge, World Tour, and then the 2 WWE games after WWF purchased the WCW.
Mm-hmm.
And they are formulas that could have been copied not easily, but I think the major problem there was the other wrestling games were coming out from Western developers, and there was still a lot of tribalism. Mm-hmm. And it was a really open secret at the time, even, that the N64 Ukes wrestling games were reskinned and moves shuffled around New Japan Pro Wrestling games.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you get Diamond Dallas Page not doing the Diamond Cutter, but like doing Jushin Thunder Liger's signature move and shit like that.
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of a 3D fighter, one that didn't get released but was practically finished, Thrill Kill.
That did get released. That did get released.
Yeah?
But it was reskinned into a Wu-Tang Clan game with a terrible controller that came with it.
Yeah, it was.
Yep. Fucking Wu-Tang Enter the Fist or something.
Really?
It was the exact same game, just reskinned to be about the Wu-Tang Clan.
That's kind of lame.
It was so weird.
Like, the thing is, I love Wu-Tang. Terrible fucking game, regardless of what skin it's wearing. Like, I played an ISO of Thrill Kill. I don't remember who I was playing as, but like every match.
The thing is, Thrill Kill, you can't. It's technically like it's considered a. It's weird because like a lot of people consider it a black market game.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to me because like the only reason it is that is because it got canceled because it was too kind of fucked up.
And the thing is, like, it was really tame for the time.
I don't know about tame for the time. Literally, there was a fucking like a very obvious Pinhead / Hellraiser priest kind of thing.
Yeah, but the whole thing is, in terms of execution, like conceptually it's fucked up, yeah, but in execution they're blocky little triangle Muppets that look like you're smashing toys together trying to be dark and fucked up.
It definitely
you gotta remember this is
the 90s.
Yes, you just have to remember also during that time, like the MK1 fatality, the MK1 fatalities, like that was the most gory shit you could get.
Okay, no. MK4 was out at that point.
Yeah, and even then, parents were still trying to get that game off the shelf.
No, I know, but like, I was there. I remember.
Oh yeah, trust me, it was
Like,
it was a weird time.
yeah, like, even then, I was like the guy who went out to the mall to use the fucking trade battle Pokemon tables with all the other kids my age. Then I'd go home and I'd read fucking Stephen King and then play Phantasmagoria. I was a weird kid, dude.
Yeah.
But
we love you.
But the thing is, if you weren't keeping up with it specifically, which easier to do because early internet, but the fervor was kind of dying down because people like Jack Thompson were getting disbarred for being disingenuous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was also getting to the point where if you wanted to complain about realistic violence, you had to either wait for the PS2 or go to PC. And this was still where, like, an e-machine for $999 with a rebate was a cheap computer. So the actual violent games weren't accessible, and what people could get was thrill kill.
Oh man, and I guess violent games. Kind of a little ahead of my list here, but there's actually the original GTA. Which I mean, it got a sequel, so it did something right. But
see, a lot of people also don't remember that GTA 1, GTA 2, and GTA London were all like late British microcomputer, like Amiga games, and then fucking DOS PC games before they hit the PS1. And they were hyped up as these terrible, awful murder simulators that say fuck and kill cops. And then when I played it, it was like, the fuck is this?
yeah.
What do you mean I don't walk by pressing forward? I have to walk by accelerating like I'm in a car?
What?
Like the original Grand Theft Auto, you didn't walk with the D-pad like normal when you were out of a car. You still controlled like a car. Like you held X like you were driving the car to walk forward.
Oh man, and I just I guess get make the a little sad, but things so, but it's like I'm gonna be a sad bitch when GTA 6 rolls out. Yeah, it's like
God, everyone's like, you know it's gonna sell billions, right? And I'm like, it would have to be overnight the best-selling game of all time ever for both the GTA Online and GTA single player releases to break even.
yeah.
Like, God. And supposedly Microsoft is about to kill the games industry tomorrow too.
Oh.
People are speculating that they're just going to close a shit ton of studios tomorrow, or announce that. God.
So the ones before were just a warm up. Folks, in case you're wondering, this was recorded on July 5th. And we're just a couple days out from them Sony announcing no more physical games starting in 2028.
They're gonna double back on that. I'm calling it. There's such a physical backlash. Like
I don't know if they're going to.
If they don't, I don't think they're gonna do well.
They're already not doing well. The thing is the PlayStation 5 doesn't have to do well because they're a massive global multi-billion-dollar corporation that sells every kind of electronic.
Well, like here's the only thing I'll say on that is I think it's bullshit because You want to know what Sony, if they do that, a lot of people are going to ask them, okay, guess we're not getting Blu-rays anymore. No, you're still getting Blu-rays. Okay, I guess we're not getting Blu-rays. You're still getting Blu-rays. No, we're not. You said no more physical media. When Sony is the one who made Blu-rays.
The thing is, they're scaling back Blu-ray production to promote digital movie releases.
Which
Immediately,
is going to...
immediately after they revoked access to a bunch of people's digital movie releases. Yeah.
Which they're still getting shit for, so...
The thing is, I don't think they can.
It's...
At this point...
Once they see stock... I have a feeling once this... Because I do believe in the future, and I'm knocking on wood when I say this. It's... The moment they see a dip, like a sharp dip in stocks, they're going to be like, what the hell happened? Like, they're going to be one of those situations of like, what did we do? What happened? Like...
I don't know. Because they're also... Because with PlayStation, the sister, they said that they do not want to sell this next console at a loss, because every one of them's been at a loss. So, that's why they're cutting disc and stuff like that. That's why I've seen the discourse of this. Like a lot of people saying oh, we saw this coming, or Sony explains why it's best to do this, or it's us gamers who are at fault because all of these we didn't vote all this jack. And then there's people who are proven that it's the contrary, that it wasn't our fault, And then there's all those memes where hey, what happened to the booklet? Hey, what happened to the physical game? So.
Rumor has it. Sorry for interrupting.
Not going.
Rumor has it. Can't cite sources here because no one is citing sources because they're all saying, I don't want to break this person's NDA or whatever. That Microsoft is going to close basically all of their licensed game studios except their core studios.
I mean, they must have broken their NDA if we know about it.
Well, yeah, but, they don't want to cite their sources because if they cite their sources, they know who broke the NDA. But the thing is, Bethesda is one of the non-core game studios, apparently. And I'm like, can they just close Bethesda? Can they close ZeniMax and thus close Bethesda?
Yeah.
Because, Bethesda's response to Sony's thing was to announce a Switch 2 physical release of Oblivion Remaster. But PS1 games, bad PS1 games.
Speaking of remasters, Castlevania Chronicles.
What? Oh, was it just too hard?
Well, yeah, one too hard just because even the easier mode was too hard. But even I'm a little disappointed. Really, you just make a PS1 to find a NES game, so it's only going to be an hour long for PS1 prices? Come on.
Yeah, I agree with that, but it's not a bad game.
Let's see here. And then, technically, I wouldn't call this a PS1 game because it came out of Sega CD, at least. Heart of Darkness.
Yeah, Heart of Darkness was...
very trial and error, but...
It was interesting, but it's not good.
Yeah, it tried to copy Flashback. Yeah.
Yeah. It tried to copy Flashback years after. Flashback ever mattered.
Let's see.
Oh, God, sorry about that.
Carmageddon.
Carmageddon was okay.
Let's see here. And here's a few that were just on lists because they're just unforgiving. Okay, so Kingsfield 2, Endhinder, Alien Resurrection, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and Rayman.
Rayman is also one of those games that was way too fucking hard. It
says you need to be 100% on your game at all times. Yes. No wonder the guy got addicted to coke when he's older.
I think we're pretty much. It's pretty much all the games. I think we've covered all the pretty much the worst PS1 games because
Yeah,
like
we chat for over an hour.
I mean, there's a few more I could name that are like deep cuts, like Nicktoons Racing.
Right.
Fucking. Oh, I got the hiccups now. God. Fucking original Digimon World. Like, it was not at all what anyone expected, at least. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. That was awful.
Oh yeah, I remember Blade.
Yeah, the Game Boy Color Blade was really good for some fucking reason.
Huh.
Fucking. In retrospect, the Doom ports are disappointing, but also at the time they were the best Doom ports on console.
Oh come on! Why is this game on a list here? Danger Girl.
oh my god,
that game was grade A fat material.
All right, here's a game that no one but me has heard of. How about Destrega?
Heard of it, but I can't remember exactly what it is.
It's like a really vapid play for 20 minutes. Fucking 3D fighting game with way too heavy a focus on projectiles.
I remember this weirdo fucking game.
I think the thing that reminded me of Destrega was that I was scrolling through lists and I saw fucking Barbarian on PS2, which was the weirdest fucking classic revival of that era. Because I'm thinking, God, that game was bad.
Oh man, yeah. One game that was just silly as hell. It's called Crazy Ivan, and it's spelled with a K for crazy.
Yep.
And yeah, he just plays this crazy ass Russian guy who's like, nah, I can win, you know. And he's just going off like a Billy Badass. It's like the cheesiest FMV sequences ever. Yeah, it's a shooter game.
That game was great.
Yeah. Oh.
Like, fucking Crazy Ivan feels like where the you see Ivan memes should have come from.
It's just
You see Ivan. When you aim gun, you put knife on stock so that you not let gun kick against your shoulder or you get stabbed.
okay. But yeah, I think we kind of covered all the worst of the best console ever.
I wouldn't say it's the best console ever. The CDI exists. I'm kidding. Put the gun down, Tilly.
I just got hold of a slug. Laser
Put
eyes.
the slug down, Tilly. That's worse than a gun.
Pew pew.
Where'd my bagel go?
See, I've learned to just let the bagels be taken when I'm here. I just learned to accept it.
Yeah.
That was my dinner.
Keyword was.
Keyword was.
Man, I gotta get a clip. It was like the funniest shit happened at FF14. There was these like these little sentient bush like enemies. And I'm like, oh my god, is that a slug in the wild? And stuff. It's attacking me. And, yeah, it's related to me. Oh god. Ah!
Oh, we love slugs. Such a menace.
Yeah. Okay, but I guess What? I don't think that. I'd say if we had to recommend a PS1 starter pack, what would you recommend people get?
Ooh, like just starting 3 games?
Yes.
Do they have to be officially released in English?
No.
Okay. Let me pull up Duck Station because I've just got the list of games I'm playing right now. Racing Lagoon, Squaresoft Golden Age, Squaresoft Golden Era high-speed racing RPG with a killer soundtrack that's kind of like playing Initial D if it were an RPG with a jazz soundtrack instead of Eurobeat.
3 games for me to recommend to people. I would say Ape Escape is a big one.
Okay.
Ape Escape, any of the Final Fantasy PS1 games, so 7 to 9.
Yes.
One of those 3 would be. I would recommend one of those 3. It's more of like what your personal preference would be. I would always recommend 9, but that's just me.
It's the best one.
And this is just a me thing. The Neversoft Spider-Man game.
Good times.
Okay, so as I started with Racing Lagoon,
Yeah.
Square Enix Golden Era, high-speed racing RPG,
Yeah.
Initial D, the RPG with jazz. Alundra, imagine
Oh yeah.
Zelda, but Lovecraft with puzzles that will drive you more insane than looking at a Squidwill. And what's my last one here? So can I count 3 games that are essentially one long game as one game?
Go for it.
The Armored Core trilogy on PS1 is one long game with the intent of you playing Armored Core, loading your complete save from Armored Core into Armored Core Project Phantasm, and then loading the complete save from Project Phantasm into Master of Arena.
And then Silent Raven would delete your save.
What?
Our record Silent Raven on PS2. Our Last Raven.
Sorry. Silent Line. I'm actually playing through the Nexus to Last Raven duology.
Oh boy.
For the first time.
So yeah,
because they're the only 2 I missed.
Last Raven, literally, if you get 3 mission failures, it deletes your save file.
Yeah, okay. So can you guess what the first project for From Software that Hidetaka Miyazaki got to work on his own as director was?
What's that?
Last Raven.
Mm-hmm.
And Armored Core 4 Answer was his second major project. I've been ride or die for Armored Core since '97.
Oh, literally, I wanted to get into it, but because I was like, okay, it's from Soft, the Dark Souls people, like, but it's a different franchise, so would I be safe? So I do love Vex.
I tore through Armored Core 6 like it was tissue paper. It was so nice being on the other side of the From Software skill gap again.
The opposite. I couldn't beat the tutorial, so I got a refund.
Oof.
Yeah. My Frito is Final Fantasy Tactics. And then gotta go with Parasite Eve. And my favorite game of all time, Suikoden 2.
Yep.
It's like the Game of Thrones of JRPGs.
I really, really wanted to like Suikoden and Suikoden 2. And I really want to get the remakes that came out recently. Because goddamn are the PS1 versions poorly translated. Like, at one point, I was looking at a walkthrough for Suikoden 1 and Suikoden 2 because I was lost. And it was like, okay, so when they tell you to go south, go north, it was a mistranslation.
There's only so many locations, so you'll eventually bump into it. Yeah, it's not that hard, but.
But when they tell you to go in the opposite direction you were supposed to go in, I was like, all right, bye.
But again, this was also like at the time, I didn't have a computer at the time, so I only had like 4 or 5 games, so I had to get used to it. Yeah, I played nothing. Oh man, but anywho, thank y'all for listening. Yeah, tell us what you think the worst PS1 game is, and what's your favorite PS1 game. That'll be our podcast where we cover our other PS1 recommendations. Okay, but y'all have a good one, folks, and bye bye.
Bye.
See ya.